Welcome to Leadership Unleashed, the show that will explore the multifaceted world of leadership through insightful interviews, thought-provoking discussions, and practical advice from leaders throughout Westchester County and beyond. I'm your host, Dr. Marsha Gordon, President and CEO of the Business Council of Westchester. Today's episode of Leadership Unleashed features a very special guest, Mayor Mike Spano of Yonkers, a lifelong Yonkers resident, husband, father of three, and former state assembly member. Mayor Spano has dedicated his career to standing up for Yonkers families. He's led the city through nearly $5 billion in revitalization efforts, strengthened public schools, promoted sustainable energy, and supported economic growth. Under his leadership, Yonkers has become one of the safest and fastest growing cities in New York State. And before we dive in, we want to especially thank Westchester Medical Center, the premier sponsor of the Leadership Unleashed podcast. Welcome, Mayor.
It's so nice to see you. How are you?
I'm great. It's great to see you too. And congratulations. Today's launch of the Hollywood on Hudson Media is very exciting news. Can you briefly explain the goal of the campaign and how it's positioning Yonkers as the largest TV and film production hub in the Northeast?
Yeah, like I said before, the great thing about Yonkers is that more good things happen in the city of Yonkers on a daily basis than not. It just have to tell the story, and we should tell the story over and over again. And if we do that, good things will follow. We've done it with crime, we've done it with economic development, and now we're doing it with films. And it's amazing. We established a long time ago that, Yonkers really could be Burbank. We could be that film hub just outside of major metropolis, and should the industry move its way out east like it has, Yonkers would be sought after. And that's what we're seeing happen all across our community, is that Yonkers is that place that the industry wants to come to. And they want to film movies here because of where we are. Our proximity in New York City is such that the industry kind of gravitates here. And we just need to make sure that we do the things that we've done and make the changes that we've made to show the industry that we're friendly and we want you here. And then and if we can do that, all the jobs and the revenues, all that will follow. And that's what we're seeing happen.
Well, it's really amazing to physically see what's happening. First of all, the studio is right across from the train station. So you have the transportation infrastructure, you have so much there that the film and TV industry in Yonkers has certainly taken off since Lionsgate Studio opened in 2022. So how many studios have opened up since then, and how many more are planning to open soon?
Well, we have had to see 3, there's 6, another 3 coming on, so that's 9. It would be coming on soon, very, very soon. That's the ones on North Broadway. In total, we're talking about 22 studios. When you look at
22 studios, oh my goodness! That's incredible.
And that includes the Rising Grounds project.
That's incredible. I hear you're going to have your very own Walk of Fame, just like they do in Hollywood. What a great idea. Can you tell us about some of the films and TV series that are filmed in Yonkers?
You have the Penguin, Law and Order.
Really?
The Gilded Age, Dexter, right?
Oh, my
Raising Kanan.
Wow.
All that's filmed right here in Yonkers.
That is amazing. And just quickly, what impact has there been on the city's economy in terms of overall economic development, new revenues and more job? And what percentage of these employees are actually residents working at these studios?
You know what? It's how we're going to be able to quantify those numbers and real numbers for you guys at some point. But we will say this. We do know that it's having an enormous effect because they're hiring thousands of people. 60, 70% of the people that they are hiring are here from Yonkers. How many people, though, who come to work here will decide they're going to want to stay here? They're also they're using vendors or So restaurants and maybe the hardware stores and all those, and maybe some of the local trades unions and their in their business, in what they operate and how they do their business. They're using people's homes. That is one of the cool things.
Yeah,
And how
that's
many
very
people
cool.
that we know in Yonkers, they'll get a call, and they'll say, we got to take you out of your house for about 3 days, and but they know that uh, they get paid a nice chunk of change, which is good because you should use that
Right.
and go on vacation. But then you get to brag about it. You get to brag about the fact that
Exactly.
there's some great movie being filmed in your house, and it's happening right in Yonkers. And so we're and Yonkers is like that kind of like city that we're like a baby New York City. We have urban settings, suburban settings, every social economic group is all right here in Yonkers, and you can find it all right here. You don't have to go far, and frankly, you find it in Westchester, right? And so, if it's not Yonkers, it's close by. It's right in Westchester, and that's good for us too.
It's very, very important. It's great community impact and economic impact. Mayor Spano, this is a fascinating conversation so far, from the city's booming film industry to other exciting developments. We're going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere, please. You're listening to the BCW Podcast Network. This is Leadership Unleashed, and we'll be right back.
A lot goes into planning a birthday. For my daughter Cameron, it started with a stem cell transplant to cure her sickle cell disease. Yes, cure. Westchester Medical Center Health Network uses every technology, technique, and talented specialist to conquer diseases that could otherwise rob a child of childhood, helping my daughter and thousands of others at Maria Ferreri Children's Hospital. Happy birthday, Cameron.
Happy birthday.
WMC Health, advancing care here.
We are back on the BCW Podcast Network. You're listening to Leadership Unleashed with a terrific leader today. We are having an exciting discussion with the leader of the great city of Yonkers, Mayor Mike Spano, about the transformation of Yonkers into a powerhouse TV and film production center and other exciting initiatives shaping the city's future. So why has Yonkers been so successful? We've talked about that in attracting the TV and film industry. And also, let's address the incredible new Robert Halmy Sr. Academy of Film and Television. It's such a great concept for starting young people off in careers in the film and TV production business. Can you tell us more about that?
Well, I love talking about the Robert Downey School. It is probably one of our crown achievements. When you talk about bringing a new industry into your city, and you want to make sure that when you bring this new industry in, that it provides, that it provides jobs for local people, and that it has an impact on the local community. And the way you do that, because as they say, when the tide goes up in the harbor, you want to make sure all the boats go up with it. We have this great opportunity to take children in our school district, a school district that is predominantly Black and brown children, and train them in an industry that provides for middle class jobs. We're talking about a direct pipeline to the middle class for young people that we can train right in Yonkers at the studios that are already here. And so, working with Robert Halmy, and he put a lot of his own money where his mouth was. He said, I'll give you my father's name, and I will also participate with you, put additional dollars in, making the overall investment in our community, building more studios, and building the studios right where the school is. So the kids go to school, and they actually go to school in that environment. And they're in that environment where they're learning about how to hold a camera, how to write a script, how to read a script, how to act, all the different things that are associated with that industry. They learn it, and then when they graduate all of high school, they will be given an opportunity to work at maybe one of the great, Lionsgate or what have you that's there in Yonkers. And if not, they can take that experience and apply to places like NYU or Syracuse University, Newhouse, and take their education to the next level and even go even further in the industry. But what a leg up they are getting here in Yonkers. All our kids are getting. Why? Because we've been able to create a relationship with the private sector and the public sector and the state and the city's local departments of education.
Mayor, this is leadership. We are talking about Leadership Unleashed, and I have, in all my years, this is one of the best examples of how economic development should be done. Because it's not about creating jobs, building a building. It's about investing in the future. And just coming back to the original part of the question is, this is one of the main reasons why Yonkers is so successful at attracting film and TV to the city, because the industry sees that the investment is being made in the future generations. And so congratulations to you and your team and Robert Halmy and Great Point Studios and Lionsgate for having this vision. So tell us, before we move away from the exciting parts of Hollywood on the Hudson to other parts, any coming attractions for Hollywood on the Hudson that you would like to share with us on Leadership Unleashed?
Well, we all know that the new film stages are going to be opening up in North Carolina. That's probably most exciting. There are a number of, I'm not allowed to actually tell you about some of the new projects that are coming because Robert Halmy told me I can't. So
okay, well, wait, we'll have another podcast to talk about that.
What's that?
Well, we will have another podcast to talk about that.
We probably should do that, definitely. So I don't want to get in trouble, but I will say that there are lots of different things that have yet to be announced that are going to be announced that are pretty exciting, that go with this industry. And the more we do, the more seems to be coming our way. And we're showing the world that Yonkers is a good place to do business. We're going to do our Walk of Fame because Yonkers has had a history. Just to go back to the Walk of Fame real quick.
Absolutely.
We had that history where we have, Gloria Swanson's house, in Yonkers, right? And nobody probably knows really who she was, except she was a silent film star,
yeah.
right? And her house is here in Yonkers. So I'm sure that we'll put her on there. Or Kathy Moriarty, Raging Bull. She still calls Yonkers home. The Honeymooners, right?
Yeah.
Ralph Pranda, called Yonkers home. Not Ralph. Norton called Yonkers home for the longest time. So, and of course, then we go into other people like Steven Tyler or Mary J. Blige, and there's just a lot of fun facts that we can have a good time with, and promote the city and promote some of the great things that are happening in the city.
So this Walk of Fame will become a tourist attraction, I'm sure. And it will become more important, I think, a great source of pride for the city and really symbolize why this Hollywood on the Hudson is so true, especially with the building of Lionsgate. So congratulations. This is all such very exciting news, Mayor. And we thank you for your leadership. We're going to take one more short break, but when we return, we're going to talk about even more major developments on the horizon. So stay with us. This is Marsha Gordon, President and CEO of the Business Council of Westchester, and this is Leadership Unleashed on the BCW Podcast Network.
This is the coming home you dream about.
But getting here was unimaginable.
At 25 weeks, I was hemorrhaging badly, losing amniotic fluid. Fortunately, I was taken to Westchester Medical Center, where they have the most advanced care in the Hudson Valley for high-risk pregnancies and premature babies. And because we were there, now we're here.
WMC Health, advancing care here.
Welcome back to the BCW Podcast Network. This is Leadership Unleashed. I'm Marsha Gordon, President and CEO of the Business Council of Westchester. And Mayor Spano and I have been having a great conversation about all the incredible initiatives putting Yonkers on the map. So, Mayor Spano, speaking of coming attractions, are there any updates on a full gaming license for MGM? And I think there was one other thing you wanted to share about the exciting Hollywood on the
the
Hudson
Hollywood
news.
Hudson stuff. I told you I didn't want to share too much information that I may not be allowed to share. But I will say something I think that I probably could safely say to you because it's going to be happening soon, and it's really exciting news.
I
And
can't wait
that
to
is,
hear
of
it.
course, Apple TV coming
Apple
to Yonkers.
TV is coming to Yonkers. So
Yeah.
exciting! Oh my goodness! Make sure everyone has their subscription. That's really, really great.
Absolutely,
Congratulations!
absolutely.
So we've been working together to getting a full gaming license for Empire City Casino by MGM Resorts. Can you tell us the status?
Well, I want to say thank you because your efforts have really helped us move the needle with New York State on this. And this is probably one of the most key areas that New York State could stand to bring in not just tens of millions of dollars, we're talking billions of dollars in new revenues to New York, which means jobs and opportunities. And I know that New York is sitting on these three licenses. In theory, right, one's supposed to go to Long Island, one's supposed to go to Yonkers, and then there's, of course, the elusive third one, which nobody's really sure is where that's going to go. And I think what's been happening over the last couple of years is we're kind of bogged down on the third one. And because we're kind of stuck on this third one, who would get the third license? New York is, as a result, is losing literally billions of dollars every year, just in licensing fee alone, billions. And that's, those are dollars you never get back. And so we're also talking about the economic development that's going to come with it. For Yonkers, it's another $1 billion just in economic development, rebuilding that casino, going from 2,000 jobs to 6,000 jobs.
That's incredible.
It's,
and those are very good jobs. Those are union jobs, right? They're excellent jobs.
We talked about Lionsgate and we talked about the direct path to the middle class, and especially in urban centers. Here we are in Yonkers Raceway, and we're, the three primary areas that are really, of course, everyone in the region works there. But the three big ones are the Bronx, Mount Vernon, and Yonkers. And again, same thing. The training that takes place to work in the casino, they're the highest paid people who work for casinos anywhere in this country. And they are just getting, like I said, getting jobs that are direct paths into the middle class. These are six-figure jobs. And what better thing can you ask for in a city where you're trying to develop and you want it to be equitable and inclusive and diverse, and you need to have the economic engine to follow behind it, and that's what we're doing.
And we've been so proud to work with you as a partner, along with labor, by the way, and along with the Bronx Chamber of Commerce. So this is a regional effort, and we've been so proud to work with you to really, really advocate.
Can I tell you a funny story?
Sure.
So in 1997, I went to the then mayor, and they said, we have to fight for a casino game. And one way to do this is to start off with the video slot machines. And I held a press conference in 1997 about my proposal to start the path towards gaming, where we could just do the slot machines first and then put the gaming on the ballot for passage, right? We did that, and Gannett newspaper hated me for it. They wrote an editorial saying video lottery terminals at Yonkers Raceway, just let a bad idea die.
Oh,
They
my
said it should be
goodness.
sold.
Wow.
They said it should be sold to a mall. Like we needed another mall in Central Avenue. And we needed a destination. We needed a place that was an entertainment venue. And that's what we got. And that's what we've had.
And it's going to be fabulous. And not only that, but this full gaming license is expected to generate millions in annual tax revenue, more than $1 billion in economic activity. As you said, it's going to create thousands of local jobs. And you've also said this is a make or break situation for the city of Yonkers. So is there a timeline on this decision?
Well, the longer we wait, then you're giving opportunities to either other businesses to come in, and maybe they'll look more attractive to the committee than Yonkers. That's always a fear, right? Even though Yonkers is a very attractive site. And the longer you wait, you deal with the economics. What if the economy, takes a tank right now, which a lot of people think might happen soon. We hope not, but that's always a fear. And if that happens, then this project could be on hold indefinitely. That means thousands of jobs, millions of dollars in revenues that will just be gone for a long time. And we have this golden opportunity to strike. Let's strike now. Let's take this opportunity. Let's run with it, because the 2 casinos that are there and are currently in operation will score, will do well. And then, of course, if we let that third one happen organically, I think they'll end up even making more money. They just have to be willing to let it go.
And, this show is called Leadership Unleashed. And when you talk about Leadership Unleashed, you talk about Mayor Mike Spano from the city of Yonkers. It's been a pleasure, Mayor, learning more about the exciting future of Yonkers and your leadership in shaping it. Thank you again to you, to your team, to Westchester Medical Center, our sponsor, and our listeners.
Thank you so much. And thank you for what you do, the entire council. It's just so much. It is so important that we have you there, because you help drive the economic engine for us and get the word out through programs like this. But you've just been a fantastic partner. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Be sure to check out the BCW Podcast Network's expansive lineup of shows: Leadership Unleashed, What's Trending, Advocacy and Politics Unplugged, The Member Spotlight, and Nonprofit Voices of Impact. The Business Council of Westchester is the county's largest business membership organization focusing on economic development and advocacy. With over 1,100 members, it is our mission to work for the profitability of our members and the prosperity of the Westchester community. To learn more, go to thebcw.org.